Like me, are you looking forward to the return to normal, to the way it was before, barring perhaps doing a bit more work from home and less at the office? Are the children going to be enrolled in the same after-school sports and math and ballet classes? You back at your bridge club, Friday nights out, Sunday church, I do hope, and dinner at Granny's? What else will be entailed in getting back to normal? Or could we explore the idea of opening up to a new normal? Is this an opportunity to do things differently? You know, if the road to hell is paved with good intentions, I think many of us coming out of COVID are heading in the wrong direction. So far, in my getting back to normal category, I've only managed to get back to the gym this week, and I'm still hobbling about. And Friday saw me dining out. Small steps. And then I get to examining the results of the past 18 months and see that with all the time I had as a result of COVID constraints, all the books that I promised myself to read remain to be read, and the drawers I was going to rearrange still need organizing, and the photographs I was going to print and label, well, they are still waiting. I did get to check some items off my to-do list, but the list only seemed to grow faster than the jobs completed, despite having the time to do them. And much as I would like to write it all off to my graying hair and birthdays, it just isn't so. Deadlines are wonderful incentives, and time uncommitted is just the opposite. Having spent 60 years working and having to get up and get going and having to fit all my other responsibilities around the workday, I had become very efficient at getting things done. Until COVID. The usual deadlines disappeared. The social responsibilities vanished. The family get-togethers moved online. The things that occupied one's hours and the expectations of one's presence at meetings and the pleasures of the theater were suddenly gone. And with it vanished much of the self-discipline that gets one out of bed at 6 a.m. and out of the door and on your way. It was when I discovered I had managed to lie in bed until 11 in the morning, playing games on my tablet, that I knew I was in trouble. I hadn't used an alarm clock for decades, other than to make sure I didn't miss a plane or a train. And suddenly it was time to set it, to once again nag me out of bed. I actually scared myself at how slothful I had become. But talking to a few friends, I discovered they were suffering from the same ailment. And so I went looking for a cure. Life is generally made up of small goals that we do mindlessly. Pick up the milk for tomorrow's cereal. Do the laundry tonight so I'll have a clean shirt tomorrow. Pay the bills, and so it goes. Then there are bigger decisions that we actually think about before doing. What to plant and when to plant the garden. How much to save to go on that vacation. Which university to attend. But the really important goals. How to live a good and meaningful life. How to find and keep a love to last a lifetime. How to raise children to also lead good and meaningful lives. Oh, these are objectives so complex that they often end up on the back burner as we work at just doing the best we can to get through each day and say a prayer for a better tomorrow. And yet we do want our lives to mean something of value. So much that happens in life, no matter how important, just seems to happen to us, not the result of planning and working towards an objective. Often, we regard our fate as luck, good or bad luck, just the happenstance of life. But we do need to put more thought into our faith and living our faith through the choices we make, or should make, as we live our lives. How often do you consider the teachings you learned at Sunday school or Boy Scouts or from the preacher's sermons when you are making a decision? Do they enter into your thoughts at all? When you're reacting to an insult, Do you ever consider your own need for forgiveness and how grateful we are that when Jesus died, he bought that forgiveness for us? When you do, walking away, the responding insult forgotten seems like a good idea. When your partner is given a great opportunity in another community, do you first consider the cost to you personally of going along? Or do you think of the example of Ruth and Naomi, or of the Israelis following Moses into freedom? Or is it those 40 years in the wilderness that first pops into mind? When deciding on a career, do you consider how living your faith will fit into that choice? There isn't a single answer to any of these questions that is correct. Each of us has our own set of circumstances and talents and opportunities. Each of us has so many things that need to be taken into consideration as we plan and set forth on the route to our destiny. But we all need to try to set a path with measurable goals along the way and not merely stumble blindly forth to an unplanned future. The words Luke wrote, "From those to whom much is given shall much be required," are directed at you and me, for we have been given much. And more importantly, we know the difference between right and wrong. We have time, even when we don't have money, to do good by others, to reach out a helping hand. We have opportunities to make such a difference if we only commit ourselves and act. Surely our life's objective is that at the end of that ride in Gabriel's chariot, one finds the pearly gates open and St. Peter welcoming. To that end, we make moral choices and practice our faith in prayer and actions. Though all of us err and stray, we do know the difference between the moral and the immoral, the virtuous and the sinful, and most of the time, we do come down on the side of the angels. We don't steal from the poor box or beat the children, and we only cheat when playing solitaire. Honoring our God and our faith is found in tiny and large actions. Choosing the teachings of our faith against the temptations of the devil is a goal worth embracing. Not always successfully, but as one of those underlying principles that help steer us along the pathway to heaven. You know, a conscience is an odd thing, helping us to choose the righteous, nagging when we veer off the track, less forgiving than we would like, but a wonderful gift from God, cautioning us against straying too far when temptation comes calling. Life isn't a crapshoot unless we turn it into one. Life is an opportunity, a journey that we take that makes us better or lesser people. No matter the natural talents and gifts, the connections and resources of our families, the voice to sing, the legs to leap, the academic skills, or whatever we came with, it's how we use what we have that counts. Look at life as one regards a fruit tree. We celebrate as the buds appear and blossom in the spring, and we watch the bud become a peach and pray for sunshine and showers, and as the colors begin to brighten and deepen, we try a gentle touch to check for softness and ripeness and plan to pick and savor the peaches at the height of their sweet taste. But if we forget and wander away, when we return, the fruit has rotted and fallen to the ground, and good now only for marauding squirrels and the compost heap. So it is with our lives and our talents, nourished and watched over, and each gift valued and used, we serve our purpose. But if we choose slothfulness over usefulness, we are wasted, and that is a dreadful loss, even a sin. But the choice is yours. The choice is mine. And we make such choices each day. With each intention, we choose our path, our way from the simplest to the most complex. But adding a prayer as you seek the pathway definitely improves the odds. You may have noticed today that my thoughts have strayed a bit as well. Sin, faith, temptation, prayer, forgiveness, intentions. It all sounds more like a sermon. But sometimes we all need one of those as well. God bless you in your dreams and your intentions, your challenges and your decisions. May the path you chart be broad and smooth and lead you at the end, safely home. So may it be. Amen. Emerging from COVID is like getting a whole new start on life. Don't waste it. Take advantage of the skills you've honed or remembered over the past 18 months. Take more time to love and care, and with deliberation and decisiveness, move forward with confidence that your dreams can be realized and your good deeds counted upon. Enjoy your emerging and planning that new path